I heard it said once that a stranger is a friend you haven't met yet. I'm Earl, your new friend. I'm gonna smoke my first pipe. I was gonna take my time with this. I'm not gonna try to rush it. I bought a tamper. It's kind of, I like it because it's utilitarian. And my new pipe. It's my first pipe. I looked at it and asked the guy to pull it out of the cabinet, and he pulled it out and put it in my hand. I'm like, yeah, this'll do just fine. He's like, really? Actually, the people 82nd, what is it called? 82nd Avenue Tobacco and Pipe helped me out. Dunhill Early Morning is the pipe smoke I'll be trying. It's hugely smelly, and I smelled it in the shop, and then the guy had me smell something else, and I just didn't think that, you know, like, oh no, I think that I like this. And then I got it home and I smelled this in the bag, and it didn't smell like it did in their little the little jar, their little smell jar, and I wondered about that. I don't think there's any bait and switch or anything like that. It's just like the smell jar must be different than the gigantic bag that they pull an ounce out of. Oh, maybe I'll continue to introduce myself. It's kind of interesting to think about that way. Alright. I'm an outdoor guy. A follower of Bacchus. If you don't know who Bacchus is, you could Google it. It has a lot of C's in it. More C's than you'd think necessary. I'm a believer of Buddhism. I think Buddhism is a wonderful lifestyle. I'm out here with two dogs. I'm a lover of animals, and animals love me back. It's kind of interesting. I didn't kind of pick up on it until someone mentioned it, as that I guess I've got like that calm wavelength that animals pick up on, but often if animals are stressing out, they'll come to me rather than their owners. Sometimes that's what got it caught in my mind, is that sometimes the owners kind of resent it a little bit. They're like, hey, what's wrong with me, buddy? All right, let's give this a try. It's gonna take some practice. I inhaled a little bit there. Never smoked a pipe before. Smoked cigars. Haven't smoked a cigar in a long time. A little windy. It might be a little too windy. Hold on. Strange position. What else about me? I like simplicity. Big fan of simplicity. I'm gonna have to tuck into this tree a little bit. Whoa! All right, inhale a little bit that time too. I'm a big believer in speaking up, you know, in an appropriate way. Sometimes, well, you know, sometimes not so appropriate. Sometimes you gotta speak up, speak your mind, and it's necessary. You know, not all conversation needs to be an effort to to smooth things over. Sometimes things need a little disruption. Watch a Mad Max movie. That's a good example. At least they lit pretty good, don't they? Thought that was going to be a struggle. I guess maybe I think sometimes a good introduction with a person is ask them, you know, what they'd like to have in their future. Because a cowboy, I'm also a big believer in cowboy culture. A cowboy doesn't typically ask somebody about their past. Typically a cowboy doesn't ask a whole lot of questions. You ask a lot of questions, mister, might be a cowboy response. Still going. Still going. It's okay, bud. So a cowboy could ask you about your future. You know, what are you saving your paycheck for? Might be a good cowboy question. Hope someday to have some property of my own. It's one of my goals this year to get a pre-approval for a loan and get a little place for myself, and actually not a house. I think I'm going to save up and buy a property, and then save up again and get another loan and build a house. Now it's really going. Could feel like the heat coming out of the top. You know, and I don't know what I'd do on my property other than do what I want. I do my own thing. I'm liking this tobacco. It's pretty gentle. Gentle on the mouth. I'd like to grow. I'd like to raise fish, man. I saw people raising fish to eat, and I thought, my God, why have I never thought of that? I'd like to have a room just for reading. I've always wanted a reading room, man. I love books, man. I'm a bibliophile. I could just consume book after book after book. Though actually it's weird. I've been reading the Mastering Commander series, Patrick O'Brien, kind of on and off for the last 8 years. I just read the whole series, finish, and start again. Pretty much continuously. Like, I'll read other books and things like that, but you know, in the morning I'll pick up and read a couple chapters of it. Yeah, the pipe's making kind of a bubbling sound. I just think it's like a fantastic, like the unusual community, like a huge amount of humanity packed into these sailing vessels, these warships. And then, so the stresses on the people in the warship, and then the stresses of people in wartime, and also people that have to become experts. Being an expert in your field just is almost becomes natural. But then, the better you are, the more likely you are to survive. So like, everybody is interested in doing the best they can possible, so they don't get, you know, blown out of the water or captured. Oh, I wonder what that bubbling sound is. Listen to this. You hear it? It's almost like there's saliva or something down in there. I don't think I've drooled so much into this pipe that it's saliva, so it's unusual. I'm at the Sandy River. This is an off-leash area. I think they're starting to call them natural areas, which I like the idea of. This used to be manufacturing farms and stuff like that, and then manufacturing, you know, as they sometimes do, doesn't take care of their poisons that they produce, and it poisoned the animals, and so the whole thing, everybody lost everything. And there's another island not too far from here that they wanted to sell and build docks and piers, and we've already, like Portland, you know, we're a dock town. There were docks and piers everywhere, and they want to like buy up like 400 or 600 acres and build more docks and stuff. It'll create jobs. And people in the community are like, well, you know what? We've got, just like I said, we've got docks. We've got companies that are doing that. How about, you know, how about they hire some more people, and how about we stop letting our open spaces, our nature spaces, our natural spaces vanish? You know, how many parking lots do we need? I think it's more of a competition thing. Like we've got, you know, like I said, we've got plenty of businesses like that. Some people just kind of like to get in on it. There's like talking about, like, you know, people that are coal and oil exportation and stuff like that. There's people like wanting to get in on that business. So it's like anything else. It's like you build a giant tower for something that's only, you know, it's a good idea now, and you got to think to yourself, like, is it going to be a good idea 50 years from now or 100 years from now? Is that tower going to fall down, and are we going to be left picking up the pieces? Well, that bubbling sound went away. I wonder what that was. Maybe it was moisture, and the heat from the bowl evaporated it. Well, I gotta say, for my first bowl, I'm having a good time with this. I like the whole Gandalf pipe thing. For some reason, I just didn't think I wanted the bowl really close to my face. That's why I picked this long stem. It just didn't seem like a good idea. Now that bubbling sounds back. I'm gonna have to stop soon though, because, well, not only is this really long, but my dogs are starting to get rambunctious. Oh yeah, 14 minutes, that'll do, that'll do. All right, for anybody that possibly can watch this long, it's been a pleasure. Nice meeting you.